Askreddit thread. What's your best dad joke? Granddad at grandma's funeral. Family friend. Are you alright? Granddad. No, I'm half left. It's his favorite joke. Never misses a beat. I'm half left. That's funny. I have a fear of speed bumps. I'm slowly getting over it. Oh my god. I have a fear of elevators, but I'm starting to take steps to avoid it. When this heals, will I be able to play the piano? Yes, you'll be fine in a few days. Perfect. I've always wanted to be able to play an instrument. Dad is doctor. His favorite joke. Patient. How long until I can play golf again? Dad, could you play before? He claims that everyone thinks it's hilarious. And the joke goes, does work with again. The way it's told implies that most Sunday hacks can't really play, which is the real intent of the joke. Every time I stubbed my toe as a kid, my dad would ask if he could call a tow truck. Every fucking time. Is stealing this for the eternity of my son's life. If he says no, I'll call the wambulance. Someone call wine 1-1. Even better in England, call wine 0118 wine 881 wine 11 wine 7253. Dear Sir Stroke Madam, I'm writing to inform you of a fire which has broken out on the premises of... No, that's too formal. Let's see. Reversing the car. This takes me back. I don't know why, but this is the only one I laughed at. Pretty much every time I travel with my dad in the car. Dad, hey, you know a train has been through here. No. Hey, you know a train has been through here. How can you tell? It left tracks. Something else my dad has done recently that I'm rather proud of was when my friend was over. She was taking some things for us for her apartment, and while she was taking them to her car, my dad asked her if she needed a washer and dryer. She began to respond that yes, she did. She did need them, but didn't really have a place for it when he handed her this. A washer and a dryer. I've considered my entire life to simply be training for how I can torment my kids in the future. Call me a taxi. You're a taxi. I'll call you later. Don't call me later. Call me Dad. I usually reply with why. What's wrong with your name? I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad. I was talking about drugs at the dinner tables. Can't remember what brought up the discussion. Dad, I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey. Rest of us? Question mark? But then I turned myself around. And that is what it is all about. What do you call a man with no nose and no body? Nobody knows. My dad does this every time we go out to eat. Waitress sees that dad hasn't eaten all his food. Do you want a box for that? No, but I'll wrestle you for it. When I waited tables, I asked the gentleman if he was finished, and he said, no, I'm American. Friend to a server, I'll have the clam chowder, please. Server, do you want a cup or a bowl? Friend, that's probably a good idea. Otherwise, I'll just go over the table. Server for 10 years. Heard this joke a million times. Just now got it. Wow. Oh god, I can just imagine how your life has been having to play along a million times to the same jokes, just nodding your head and silently chuckling. Oh my god, that was my old job. I can't remember the... Oh, there was this one joke in the laser tag room. You see, the laser tag guns kind of look like those scanners you'd use at Walmart to, like, price tag stuff. So, every time we had a group in there, they'd be like, hey, look, I work at Walmart. Click. I'm like, ha, 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 you're so fucking funny. It's not like I haven't heard that joke 50 times just today. Oh my god, you comedy genius, you. Everyone else in the room's like, oh, that's so funny. And I'm just dying inside because I heard that joke a million times already. But yeah, I totally get it. Well, I'm good at fake laughing, so there's that, I guess. Yeah, well, I mean, I'd always play along with them because they're at an entertainment place to have fun, not to have someone be a grumpy old puss to them about a joke they've heard a million times. Waitress, and here's the check. Is there anything else I can get you? Dad, someone to pay the check. My dad would always say this. I didn't order that when he handed the check. I always respond with, it's free with your meal. How many apples grow on a tree? All of them. Did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut. A flock of geese passes by overhead in a V formation. Dad, do you know why one side of the V is longer than the other? No, why? Because it has more geese. Never in my 19 years have I heard this joke come from the mouth or screen of anybody but my dad. I was really hoping he made it up. Oh well. There are no original dad jokes. They have been and will be passed down for millennia. Nurse to my dad at the hospital after he was hit by a car on his bike. Do you smoke? Dad. Still not sure who the current president is, only when I'm on fire. Nurse looks to my mom. No. Why was there a car riding your dad's bike? Oh my god, even in a concussion I think your dad spews out dad jokes. What a legend. Dad jokes are natural instincts for dads. He had no other choice in the matter. My dad and I walked into the bathroom. Dad, so did they tell you about this place? No, what did they say? I hear this is where the dicks hang out. When my sister and I were really little, we were making a lot of noise in the house. Dad would turn to us, finger on lips, and say, shh, hush, you'll wake me up. And then carry on with whatever he was doing while my sister and I were super quiet for a few minutes until we worked it out. My grandfather's favorite dad joke was similar. As a kid, if my dad wouldn't fall and hurt himself, Grandpa would say, oh no, did you fall? Come over here and I'll pick you up. Be careful standing near those trees. My daughter. Why? The sky is clear. There's no chance of lightning. Me. I don't know, really. They just look kind of shady to me. My daughter. Massive eye rolls and sigh. Dad. They look kind of shady to me. This is mine now. And so, as all dad jokes are, this has been passed to the next generation. Be careful standing near those trees. Okay. God damn it. You need to raise your child to be less blindly accepting of authority. My son is just starting to use words, and he likes to hold the TV remote to his ear like a phone and say, hello. So we'll hold up something to his ears and do the same, as though we were answering his call. Yesterday I happened to be holding his stuffed animal lamb. When he was doing this, I held the lamb to my ear and responded. I looked over to my wife and said something like, look, dear, he's calling me on the lamb line. She conceded that was actually a pretty good one, at least for me. Reed's comment. Duh, that's adorable. Reed's name. Oh, anal tyrant. Dad, what are you drinking, son? Soy milk. Hola milk. Soy padre. Finally, I had to use the 4 years of Spanish. Do we, John now? Or ha ha ha. If it was my dad, what are you drinking? Soy milk. You're a disappointment. That one's way funnier. Yeah, you know you can tell whether an ant is a girl or a boy by dropping it in water. If it sinks, it's a girl ant. If it floats, it's a boy ant. How can you tell if it's an ant is a boy or girl? They're all girls, otherwise they'd be uncles. Wait, what? If it sinks, it's a girl ant. If it floats, it's a boy ant. I don't get it. I don't get this until I read it out loud. Let's see. How can you tell whether an ant is a girl or a boy by dropping it in water? If it sinks, it's a girl ant. If it floats, it's a boy ant. I still don't get it. Boy ant, float. Girl ant, not float. Oh, buoyant. Buoyancy. Oh, I get it. If it sinks, it's a girl ant. If it floats, it's a boy ant. Oh, it's not a boy ant. It's buoyant. I gotcha. When a bug hits the windshield while driving, but he doesn't have the guts to do that again. I managed to tell this one straight face at dinner one night. Researchers for Massachusetts Turnpike Authority found over 200 dead crows near the Great Boston recently. And there was concern that they may have died from avian flu. A bird pathologist examined the remains of the crows and, to everyone's relief, confirmed the problem was definitely not avian flu. The cause of death appeared to be vehicular impacts. Damn, I messed up this entire thing. However, during the detail analysis, it was noted that the varying colors of paints appeared on the bird's beaks and claws. By analyzing these paint residues, it was determined that 98% of the crows had been killed by impact with trucks, while only 2% were killed by impact with a car. MTA then hired an ornithological behavioralist to determine if there was a cause for the disproportionate percentages of truck kills versus car kills. He very quickly concluded the cause. When crows eat roadkill, they always have a lookout crow in a nearby tree to warn of impending danger. They discovered that while all the lookout crows could shout "caw," not a single crow could shout "truck." I'll be sending you my funeral bill because I'm dying right now. My dad's from Massachusetts, and I spent some time in college at Boston University, so jokes about the accents always get me. Oh yes, no crow should attend a funeral with a casual bill. Driving past the cemetery. Dad, did you know that all the people who live around here aren't allowed to be buried in that cemetery? Really? Why not? Because they're not dead yet. Oh, and thanks for all the love. Almost makes up for the amount of times I had to hear that joke. My old man loved it. Had to tell it to everyone. He'd even shoehorn it in when we were nowhere near graveyard or cemetery. Cemetery on TV. Someone mentioned cemetery. Out again. Every single time I pass a cemetery with my dad, it's either, hey look, it's the dead center of town, or dead. Lots of people are dying to get in these days. Dad, I fell down and scraped my knee. Don't do that. It hurts. My best was buying a bag at a German airport. When was asked if I wanted a bag, yes, that's why I'm buying one. Holding a step ladder. This is my step ladder. I never knew my real ladder. So one day, a cop is sitting in his car waiting to try to catch speeders. He sees this guy in a pickup truck, and the bed is absolutely full of penguins. He pulls the guy over just to find out what's going on. Is there a problem, officer? The guy asked. No, but what are you doing with all these penguins? I don't know yet, the guy replies. Well, you need to take them to the zoo. The zoo? That's a great idea. Thank you. The guy drives away. The next day, the cop sees the same guy with his truck full of penguins. He pulls him over again. Didn't I tell you to take those penguins to the zoo? The cop says. I did, the guy in the pickup truck says. It was great. Today I'm taking them to the beach. I remembered this joke about halfway through. That got a good chuckle out of me. The next day, this time they're all wearing sunglasses. Imposter. The original joke form of this joke is about a farmer with a pig. Inspired by a joke from Scrubs. But man, this Tuesday is dragging on so long it's starting to feel like a threes day. Use this tomorrow. Let me know how it goes, please. This tumor is so large it's starting to look like a threemer. This huge tube of toothpaste looks more like a 3B of three paste. Me, are you cold? Daughter, yes. Me, you should sit in a corner. Daughter, why? Me, because it's 90 degrees. I'm the daddiest of dads, but I'm telling you, not many better feelings than still being able to absolutely crack up your nerdy 12-year-old. That's cute. I asked my dad to make me a sandwich. He said, abracadabra, you are a sandwich. Wait, if you have a Google now, tell it to make you a sandwich. It called me a puff and then said I'm a sandwich. Damn homophobic Google. That's funny. I tried it and it said, what? Make it yourself. There was this commercial on TV about 20,000 children being hit by their dad a year. Then he slaps me and screams, 20,001. A man with anxiety accidentally annoyed the cartel. He began seeing a psychiatrist because of Hispanic attacks. This is just a good joke in general, but then I'm a dad, so you probably can't take my opinion seriously. Why do chickens' coops only have 2 doors? Because if they had 4, they would be chicken sedans. Okay. Me. This medicine smells of thyme. Oh, really? I can't smell it. Yeah, maybe because your nose is blocked. I look over at Dad, is sniffing his watch. What? I don't get it. Dad, you know there are over 100,000 battered women in the state of Pennsylvania? No? Yeah, and this whole time I've been eating mine plain. What? It's funny because of the pun, but also because cuddling's with your mother. This whole time I've been eating mine plain. Oh, I actually don't really get that one. I'll give you my best dad joke, but you need to promise to give it back. You were a mistake. Haha, gets me every time. Last Christmas, we bought a fake Christmas tree, and the guy behind the counter said to my dad, "Are you going to put it up yourself?" Dad replied, "Don't be disgusting. I'm going to put it in the living room." Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. Why do Mexicans used to slice their pizzas with Little Caesars? How does Hitler tie his shoes? Into little Nazis. Oh, I like that one. A proud new dad sits down to have a drink with his father. Well, son, now that you've got a kid of your own, I think it's time to give you this. Dad, you don't mean... Yes, son, I do. Dad pulls out a copy of 1001 Dad Jokes, 5th edition. Dad, I'm honored, he says, tears sparkling in his eyes. Hi, honored, I'm Dad. This is the joke I use with my wife when she says she's nauseous. Babe, I'm nauseous. Hi, honored, I'm Dad. Give it a go. The 10-10 execution. Oh, there were no survivors. Oh, my wife went into labor last night. I phoned an ambulance, to which they asked if this was my wife's firstborn. I replied, no, this is her husband. I considered changing the entirety of my text to, is this the Krusty Krab? I still prefer my original. Oh, every time I fell down as a kid, my dad would be right there, spreading his arms, yelling, safe, like an empire, every single time. When I was a kid, if I ever had a hole in my sock, he would ask, what is the capital of Kansas? Sigh. Topeka, Dad. Dad can't speak because he's laughing way too hard at his own retarded joke. In his defense, these jokes get funnier with age, in my opinion, but they bugged the hell out of me as a kid. Topeka. I'm not a native speaker and I don't understand. Topeka equals Topeka, because you're totally peeking out of this hole in your sock. Ugh. Whenever my sister was throwing a tantrum, leave me alone, Dad. How much do you want? Leave me alone. At a restaurant, waitress, sorry about your weight, Dad. Well, I've been doing my best to lose it before swimsuit season. Every damn time. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One is really heavy and the other is a little lighter. I heard about a Mexican magician who said that on the count of 3 he would disappear. So he counted, 1, 2, poof. He vanished without a trace. Dad, look, a flock of cows. Me, herd of cows. Dad, of course I've heard of cows. There's a whole flock of them over there. Always pay your exorcist. You wouldn't want to be repossessed. Hey, you got a haircut. Nope, I got them all cut. Waitress, careful, this plate is hot. It's okay, so am I. Careful, the plate is hot. It's okay, I'm not attracted to plates. Whew. What did the termite say when he walked into a bar? Is the bartender here? Terrorist holding dad at gunpoint. Say your last words. Your last words. What? You Americans, be serious. Okay, I'll be serious. Who are you going to be? Stop. Why isn't this scaring you? Nothing really scares me anymore. Not since I saw that monster henway. What's a henway? About 1.5 pounds. Stop. I'm being serious. Hi, serious. I'm Dad. Oh my god. That's enough dad jokes for me.